It's a big honor. It's a big honor, and I take a lot of pride in that as far as people that probably haven't seen my game too close, but just the respect that they have for my game and kind of things that I've done to vote me as that. I take it very humbly, and I know it's a blessing, but like I said, that's an honor that I like to have at the end of the season. I obviously take it humbly and all that, and that's something I'm going to work towards to be named the same deal at the end of the season.
There's a lot of guys on the SEC in that position and put their names in the draft and then decided to return more than 10. How do you think that impacts the kind of competition you guys are going to have this season inside the league? You have so many guys like Reid.
It impacts it a lot. I mean, I tell people this all the time. Being able to go through the pre-draft process, your training's totally different than it would be if you were on campus and preparing for the next college basketball season, as far as being able to go to these NBA teams, work out for them, play against other top-level guys, and really just the strain you put on your body to get through that process. I feel like I came out a better player. Even though I decided to come back to college, those 2 months preparing for the draft and preparing to put my name in, I felt like made me that much better. So as far as having 10 guys from the conference that went through that same process, I think you're just going to have a better product of each team just because they've gone through that experience and they put their body through those couple of months of really trying to get NBA ready. So when you come back and play a college game, you should be that much more better. A little bit. I mean, I understood my situation. I wanted to be recruited by everybody in the biggest schools, and that was always my dream and my vision. I kind of blew up on the scene. I wouldn't say late, but as far as the very top tier teams, I didn't really get recruited until really the last minute. And Stanford was a school that had recruited me since I was a freshman, so I had always had a love for them and the campus and things like that. So when it came down to where I really started to get more hype around my name and I was named All-American and things like that, I had already really committed to Stanford and really already had a love for that. So I really didn't have a chance to look and say, really consider some of those other schools that maybe came in, like Kentucky. Duke came in late, UCLA, never heard from Kentucky, but just schools like that that necessarily didn't hear from early on in the process. No, we haven't talked about that before.
What's that dynamic like? You're 23?
22.
22, sorry. And you're with mostly 18. So a lot of 18-year-olds. That's a big gap.
Yeah.
How would you describe that gap in terms of relating to each other and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have different interests than I do and things like that, but I wouldn't say the gap is too large. I mean, I've been on college teams the last 3 years and been a captain the last 3 years, I meant to say, and I've had to do the same deal. I mean, I've been in a leadership position where I've been with younger guys. I mean, me and 2 other guys were seniors last year at Stanford, and we had a group of freshmen that came in, same deal, different interests, they like to do different things, and I had to find, I'd say just spending time with them is the biggest thing, is that you can accept that you have different interests and different things going on, but if you're spending quality time with each other, really getting to know each other, then they can see that, okay, you're the way you are, they are the way they are, but then you kind of mesh and you kind of find similarities within that. So I don't play video games.
Why not? Because I'm not ever, that's what you hear all the time from players.
It's just never been an interest of mine. When I was younger, my parents were never big in that. They always wanted us to get outside and play, so I never really picked it up from there. And then when I was in college, I was always busy doing other things. That was never an interest I had either. So now that I have a lot of downtime, and my teammates love to do it, I just haven't got into it yet.
Reid, allow me to ask a non-serious question. What do you think of the uniforms, and do you like the checkerboard down the side?
I love the uniforms. I love the checkerboard. I mean, it's tradition to me. I mean, just to see that coming down the side, I think it really just embodies Kentucky. When you see that checkered, I'm almost brainwashed now. I'm immediately thinking about Kentucky, whether it's in blue or white or not.
Coach Cal said he hadn't had to raise his voice out y'all yet. Is that true?
Maybe a few times he's raised it, but maybe not to the extent that PJ's kind of explained to me that he'll raise it once we get into the season.
How do you balance being the leader without hovering? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like too much.
Yeah, I think you just pick and choose your spots. I mean, the biggest thing for me is just to remind myself what I was thinking and what I was doing as a freshman. And I do have that experience. I think if you're real with yourself and you kind of have those reality checks, like what was I doing when I was younger and what was I thinking, then I can understand how I would want to be led if I was an 18-year-old. And just reminding myself that, it makes the process easier.